Well, it really wasn't just that New York terror suspect who came to the United States through that visa lottery program. Remember that? The Trump administration says that at least 4 other foreign nationals with suspected ties to terror came to the U.S. through the same visa lottery programs as well. Zuhdi Jasser is the president of the American Islamic Forum for Democracy. We've not gotten this confirmed by other groups beyond the White House, so it might be just they're saying that and all, but what do you know about this, Zuhdi, and how vulnerable this program was to this sort of thing, the wrong guys getting through?
Well, Neil, it's frankly, it's embarrassing for us, for even me, to see that we haven't looked at this before Saipov. I mean, as you mentioned, Hedayat from 2002, he got in through his spouse being approved in the diversity lottery program a few years before, even though he had been a member of Jamaat Islamiyya in Egypt. Saipov got in, a number got in. Neil, America is an idea. It's not a lottery. My parents waited for years in order to be able to come in political asylum, escaping as political refugees from Syria in the late 60s. So there are so many people that deserve to come to America, that want to be free, that are escaping tyranny. But if we have it simply as a lottery, it's a no-brainer that we will have Islamists, jihadists, Russian autocrats, Chinese communists who don't agree with us. They should not be allowed equal access through a lottery. It's just a no-brainer that this needs to end. America is about meritocracy and not simply random Russian roulette.
Zuhdi, they go on to say that this program, though the lottery word, scares people, that there's the same vetting process. It's just that the numbers ultimately allowed in are based on just that, but everyone is vetted the same way. Is that true?
Well, remember, the countries that are part of the lottery is a diversity program that allows those countries that have much lower numbers, so it's going to be skewed towards countries like Iran, Sudan. Almost 30,000 came from those terror-sponsoring countries, so we have to even have more rigorous extreme vetting done. There has been no extreme vetting, and when you use the lottery as simply diversity based on national origin, in the absence of meritocracy, Neil, based on ideological vetting, it is inevitably going to be skewed towards those who don't like our ideas, because the countries that are diversity-based are going to be those that are terror-sponsoring countries often, because those numbers are much lower.
You know, when Saipov came into the country, I think back in 2010, I'm probably wrong on the dates here, if you'll indulge me, he was fine. There was nothing to telegraph or indicate that he would be a problem. And then he become radicalized or whatever happens, and that happens to a lot of folks. So how would we know through any system, lottery or otherwise, whether people who come in now can't be kind of warped later?
Neil, that's the great question, because it goes beyond simply, extreme vetting. I hope the president puts into place what he called for in the campaign, which is a commission on radical Islam. We need a whole of government, whole of society approach to not only countering violent extremism, which if they're not bound to any terror groups linked, we're not going to know what their ideology is, because nobody in government is specialized in Islamist precursors. We need to embrace our Muslim reform movement, Muslim reformers that can help our government vet against domestically and globally the Islamists, the jihadists, the Salafi jihadism, all those ideologies that so far, because of diversity programs and political correctness, we've completely ignored, and yet are a fratricidal approach to letting people in as long as they're not affiliated with terror groups, when in fact Islamist groups are the ones we should be vetting against.
Zuhdi Jasser, thank you. Very good seeing you.
Anytime. Thanks, Neil.